What if I told you the person sitting next to you in business class paid 90% less than you did for the exact same lie-flat seat, premium champagne, and priority boarding? Today, I am exposing the 6 invisible systems airlines use to overcharge you, and exactly how you can hijack their pricing algorithm to fly in ultimate luxury for the price of a standard economy ticket. Welcome to Travion IQ. After analyzing hundreds of international flight bookings and diving deep into the psychology of airline revenue management, I have uncovered the heavily guarded secrets that the aviation industry is desperate to keep hidden from everyday travelers. Business class pricing is not random. It is a highly calculated mathematical matrix. The travelers who understand how this matrix operates are saving thousands of dollars on every single flight they take, while everyone else is subsidizing their luxury. I am going to break down all 6 strategies that will completely transform the way you fly. You need to watch this entire video, because the strategy I reveal at number 1 is a completely legal ticketing loophole that has saved me more money than all the other methods combined. Let us jump right in. Number 6. Timing your purchase is absolutely everything. Here is the massive lie that airlines have conditioned you to believe. They tell you that booking as early as possible guarantees the lowest fare. For business class, that advice is completely backwards. When you book a business class ticket 11 or 12 months in advance, you are actually paying the absolute highest penalty price possible. Why does this happen? The airlines know that only one specific demographic of traveler books premium cabins a year in advance, and that is corporate travelers attending mandatory conferences or high-level executives whose wealthy companies are footing the bill. These passengers have zero flexibility. The airline algorithm is specifically designed to squeeze every single dollar out of that corporate budget. Let me give you a real-world example. A 40-year-old architect booked a business class flight to Singapore a full year in advance and paid roughly $8,000. 2.5 months before that exact same flight took off, that identical seat dropped to $2,200. It was the same plane, the same lie-flat bed, and the same customized service. Here is what is actually happening behind the closed doors of the airline pricing department. About 2 to 4 months before the departure date, the airline revenue managers look at their business class cabin mapping and realize they still have a massive block of empty seats. Panic sets in. They desperately need to liquidate that inventory because an empty business class seat is lost revenue that perishes the moment the plane takes off. They know that leisure travelers are highly price sensitive, so they quietly drop the prices, sometimes slashing them by thousands of dollars overnight. There is also the extreme last-minute approach. About 2 weeks before departure, if the premium cabin is still looking empty, airlines will trigger a fire sale, dropping prices by 50% or more. However, I am going to be completely honest with you. This last-minute strategy carries significant risk. If you're flying during peak summer season or on a highly popular holiday route, waiting until the last minute can completely backfire, leaving you paying astronomical prices or sitting in the back row of economy. The specific day of the week you choose to fly also drastically manipulates the price. Monday morning flights are absolutely packed with corporate travelers rushing to Monday afternoon meetings. Airlines charge peak premium prices for these times. The same logic applies to Thursday and Friday evenings when those same business travelers are flying home for the weekend. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday are the dead zones for corporate travel. I have seen price differences of over $1,500 simply by shifting a departure date from a Friday evening to a Wednesday afternoon. Your action plan for timing is simple. Your sweet spot for booking is exactly 2 to 4 months before departure. Avoid Monday mornings and Friday evenings like the plague. Fly on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Saturdays whenever your schedule allows. The general rule of thumb to remember is that the further you remove yourself from traditional corporate travel patterns, the cheaper your premium ticket becomes. Number 5, Google Flights is your ultimate secret weapon. The vast majority of travelers waste hours of their lives comparing prices across a dozen different third-party booking sites, getting frustrated and confused by the fluctuating numbers. That stops today. Google Flights is hands down the fastest, most powerful, and cleanest search engine algorithm for uncovering hidden business class deals. I have tested every platform on the market, and nothing else even comes close to this tool if you know how to manipulate it properly. Here is how you use it like a professional travel hacker. If you have any flexibility regarding your destination, you must use the multi-city search function. You can type in New York as your departure, and then enter London, Paris, and Rome all in the same destination box. Google will instantly aggregate the data and show you the pricing for all of those cities side by side. But the true powerhouse feature is the Explore map. You can enter your home airport, leave the destination completely blank, select business class, and hit search. It pulls up an interactive global map showing you the live prices to fly premium to literally anywhere on Earth. A 55-year-old business owner wanted to escape the winter cold and initially planned to fly to Miami. By using the Explore feature, he discovered a business class fare to Bangkok for $1,800, which was actually half the price of the domestic first-class ticket to Florida he was originally looking at. The filtering system is where the magic truly happens. Filter your search for non-stop flights and watch how the pricing changes. Then, change the filter to allow one stop. Sometimes, adding a single, short layover cuts the price of the ticket by 50%. My absolute favorite feature within this platform is the date grid. Instead of looking at one specific weekend, you can look at a visual grid of prices for the entire month. The algorithm highlights the cheapest days in bright green. Shifting your travel plans by just 24 hours can save you enough money to pay for your entire hotel stay. You must also turn on the price tracking toggle. Google will quietly monitor the route in the background and send an email directly to your phone the exact second the airline drops the price. I have received alerts for price drops of over $3,000 while I was sleeping. If you are serious about upgrading your travel lifestyle, subscribe to my channel Travion IQ right now so you never miss these advanced, money-saving strategies. We are dedicated to helping you travel like royalty on a standard budget. This brings us to strategy number 4, which is understanding why layovers are actually your best friend. Direct, non-stop business class flights are insanely expensive. The reason is simple psychology. High-powered business executives will pay absolutely any amount of money to save 3 hours of travel time. They are optimizing for pure speed, not for price. The airlines are fully aware of this, and they artificially inflate the cost of non-stop routes. But here is the luxury secret they do not want you to realize. Booking a business class flight with just one layover can literally cut your total cost in half. You get the exact same lie-flat comfort on the plane, the exact same premium dining, and the exact same VIP service, just with a brief stop in the middle. A couple looking to fly from Chicago to London for their anniversary looked at non-stop business class tickets that were priced at $11,000 for the pair. By simply adding a short, 2-hour layover in New York, the price plummeted to $5,400 total. They kept $5,600 in their pocket just for enduring 2 extra hours of travel time. And honestly, the layover experience when you hold a business class ticket is an absolute joy. You are not crammed into a miserable, noisy terminal eating overpriced fast food on a plastic chair. Your premium ticket grants you automatic, complimentary access to the airline's flagship business class lounge. You are sitting in a quiet, exclusive sanctuary with free gourmet food, a complimentary premium bar, luxury shower suites, and sometimes even private nap pods. I have experienced layovers in premium lounges that were more relaxing than a spa day at home. When you are using Google Flights, do not automatically exclude layovers. Select the option to allow one stop and critically analyze the price difference. Ask yourself if arriving 3 hours earlier is really worth an extra $2,000. In almost every single case, it is not. Your insider move here is to choose your layover cities very strategically. If you're flying to Asia or Europe, look for layovers in cities like Dubai, Doha, Singapore, or Istanbul. These specific international airports feature world-class, mind-blowing business class lounges that actually turn the waiting period into the highlight of your vacation. Number 3, the economy upgrade backdoor. This is a strategy that the general public has absolutely no idea about. The strategy is to intentionally book a standard economy ticket and then utilize the airline's hidden upgrade inventory system to buy your way to the front of the plane for pennies on the dollar. Why does this massive loophole exist? Because an airline would much rather extract a few hundred extra dollars from an already confirmed passenger to fill an empty business class seat, rather than fly with that seat completely empty and earn zero additional revenue. When you go to check in for your flight exactly 24 hours before departure, either on the airline's mobile app or at the physical airport kiosk, the algorithm will often offer you a flat-fee, highly discounted cash upgrade. These automated offers can be as low as $300 or $400 for international long-haul flights that normally sell for $5,000 at retail price. A marketing director recently flew from New York to Dubai. The retail price for business class on that day was $5,500. She booked a standard economy ticket for $900. Exactly 24 hours before her flight, she opened the airline app to check in, and a pop-up appeared offering her a confirmed upgrade to business class for just $450. Her total out-of-pocket cost was $1,350 for a seat that the man sitting across the aisle from her paid over $5,000 for. Beyond flat fee upgrades, many major airlines now utilize a blind bidding system. A few weeks before your flight, the airline will send you a targeted email inviting you to bid on any remaining business class inventory. You enter the maximum amount of cash you are willing to pay, and if your bid is the highest when the system clears the inventory, you win the upgrade. The secret to winning these auctions without overpaying is knowing exactly the mathematical formula to bid. The golden rule is to calculate the total price difference between your economy ticket and the current retail price of the business class ticket, and then bid exactly 20 to 40% of that difference. So if economy was $1,000 and business class is listed at $5,000, the difference is $4,000. Your ideal bid should sit somewhere between $800 and $1,600. To gain an unfair advantage, you should visit aviation forums like Flyer Talk. Frequent flyers constantly post the exact dollar amounts that won them upgrades on specific routes. It is like having the teacher's answer key before you take the test. However, there is one critical detail that will completely destroy this strategy if you are not careful. If you book a basic economy ticket, you are strictly prohibited from upgrading. Those incredibly cheap, highly restricted fares lock you into the back of the plane. You must book a standard economy ticket, or better yet, a premium economy ticket. Bidding from premium economy to business class requires a much lower minimum bid and gives you a massive priority advantage in the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to Travion IQ so you never fall for the basic economy trap again. Number 2, tapping into the underground market of exclusive airline deals and mistake fares. The reality is that airlines offer their most aggressive, deeply discounted business class deals directly to their inner circle. These flash sales never appear on public comparison sites, and casual travelers miss out on them completely. You must bite the bullet and sign up for every major airline's email newsletter. I know nobody wants more spam in their inbox, but these specific emails are literal goldmines. Airlines send highly targeted promotions to their email databases, specifically when their forecasting models show they are struggling to sell premium inventory. A retired couple recently received an email alert from a major U.S. carrier offering a massive 60% off flash sale for business class routes to Europe. The catch was that the sale was only active for 48 hours. Because they were on the email list, they booked immediately and saved over $8,000 on their anniversary trip. To keep your digital life clean, simply create a dedicated email folder and filter all airline marketing emails directly into it. Check that specific folder once a week. You must also join their frequent flyer programs, even if you only fly with them once a decade. It is completely free to create an account, and airline members are granted exclusive early access to flash sales that are entirely hidden from the general public. Follow the major airlines on social media platforms as well. They frequently post 24-hour promo codes that vanish almost instantly, but the absolute holy grail of cheap business class travel is the mistake fare. Mistake fares happen when an airline pricing employee accidentally drops a zero, enters the wrong currency conversion, or glitches the matrix, accidentally listing a $5,000 business class ticket for $500. This happens far more often than the airlines care to admit. To catch these, you need to follow third-party monitoring accounts like Secret Flying or Fair Deal Alert. When a mistake fare hits the internet, you have to act with ruthless speed. You have minutes, not days, to secure the booking before the airline realizes their catastrophic error and shuts the system down. The most powerful tool you have in this scenario is the federal 24-hour cancellation rule. By law, any flight touching U.S. soil can be canceled for a full 100% cash refund within 24 hours of booking. This means if you see a mistake fare, you do not pause to ask your boss for time off. You do not pause to ask your spouse. You pull out your credit card and you book it immediately to lock in the error. You then have a full 24-hour window to figure out your schedule, and if it does not work out, you cancel it with absolutely zero financial penalty. And now, the absolute most powerful strategy that has saved me more money than anything else on this list. Number 1, the strategic mixing of cabin classes and positioning flights. The biggest mistake travelers make is assuming they must fly business class for every single segment of their journey. To travel like an absolute professional, you must be strategic about which flights actually require luxury and which ones are just simple transportation. My golden rule is incredibly simple. Any flight over 5 hours is where the lie-flat bed, the premium food, and the lounge access actually provide a massive return on investment. For For short, domestic hopper flights under 3 hours, a standard economy seat is perfectly fine. Let me give you a concrete, money-saving example. Let us say you live in a smaller, regional city and you want to fly to Paris. Your routing might require a 2-hour flight to a massive hub like New York JFK, followed by a 7-hour transatlantic flight to France. If you search for a single business class ticket all the way from your small hometown to Paris, the airline will charge you a massive premium, often $8,000 or $9,000, because they have a monopoly on your local airport. To break this monopoly, you execute a positioning strategy. You completely separate the journey. First, you book a cheap, $150 economy flight from your small hometown to New York. Then, you book a completely separate business class ticket from New York directly to Paris, because flights out of massive hubs have fierce competition and significantly lower premium prices. You might pay $3,000 for that transatlantic leg. Your total cost is now $3,150 compared to the $8,000 the airline initially tried to charge you. You just saved almost $5,000 by spending 2 hours in an economy seat. You can also apply this mixing strategy to the outbound and return legs of your trip. Book an economy ticket for the flight heading to your destination. You are traveling during the daytime, you have plenty of energy, and you are excited about your vacation. But for the return journey, which is almost always a grueling, overnight long-haul flight when you are physically exhausted, that is when you strictly book the business class cabin so you can actually sleep on a flat bed and avoid jet lag. Do not ignore the power of premium economy, either. It is not a private suite, but it offers significantly wider seats, deeper recline, and upgraded dining. Crucially, upgrading from standard economy to premium economy usually only costs 30 to 50% more, whereas jumping to full business class is a 300% markup. It is the absolute perfect middle ground for the budget-conscious luxury traveler. Let us quickly recap the golden rules of the Travion IQ business class matrix. Rule number 1, never book a year in advance. Your sweet spot is 2 to 4 months out. Rule number 2, always aim to fly on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Saturdays to dodge the corporate travel premium. Rule number 3, leverage a single layover to instantly cut your ticket price in half and enjoy the luxury lounges. Rule number 4, utilize the economy upgrade backdoor by bidding aggressively. Rule number 5, monitor mistake fares and use the 24-hour federal cancellation loophole to your absolute advantage. Rule number 6, logically mix your cabin classes using cheap positioning flights to break regional airline monopolies. Business class pricing is not a random lottery. It is a highly structured, mathematical system that quietly rewards the travelers who take the time to understand the rules of the game. What looks like pure luck to the average passenger is actually calculated strategy operating in the background. These are incredibly simple, powerful tactics that absolutely anyone can start using today to elevate their travel lifestyle. But here is the ultimate truth that most travelers never realize. Everything I just revealed to you in this video becomes exponentially more powerful when you combine it with the strategic use of credit card, sign-up bonuses, and travel rewards points. While these 6 cash strategies will secure you a business class seat for 50 to 90% less than retail, there is one final method that mathematically beats them all. It is learning how to earn and leverage bank points. A nurse recently combined these exact strategies with a single credit card sign-up bonus and flew in a private business class suite to Japan for exactly $89 in mandatory government taxes. That exact ticket would have cost her over $6,500 in cash. You cannot afford to miss what comes next. Make sure you subscribe to Travion IQ, because in our very next video, I am going to break down the exact, step-by-step credit card points strategy that allows everyday people to book international business class flights for absolute pennies. Even if you have never used travel points before and find the entire system confusing, I am going to simplify it so you stop leaving thousands of dollars on the table. Thank you for watching, travel safe, and I will see you in the next Inside Report.